Imagine waking up on Venus. You watch the sun slowly begin to rise, but by the time it finally sets, an entire year has already passed. This isn't science fiction. This is the reality on the second planet from the sun, on Venus. One day is genuinely longer than 1 year. And once you understand why, Venus transforms from just another planet into the strangest, most fascinating world you'll ever meet. It's a place where our fundamental understanding of time gets turned completely upside down. So, what do we even mean by a day and a year? Here on Earth, the concepts are simple and intuitive. A day is one full spin on our planet's axis, which takes about 24 hours. A year is the time it takes for Earth to complete one full orbit around the Sun, roughly 365 days. We build our lives, our calendars, and our entire perception of time around these two cycles. But out there in the cosmos, not all planets play by the same rules. Earth's rotation is just one way of doing things, and then there's Venus, which takes our simple ideas of a day and a year and completely breaks them. Let's get into the crazy numbers that make Venus so unique. 1 day on Venus, meaning a single, full rotation on its axis, takes approximately 243 Earth days. Now, compare that to its year. 1 year on Venus, the time it takes to orbit the Sun, about 225 Earth days. You heard that right. Venus completes an entire journey around the Sun before it even finished spinning once on its own axis. This means if you were born on Venus, you'd celebrate your first birthday before you even experienced your first full day-night cycle. No other planet in our entire solar system has this bizarre characteristic. It stands alone as a true chronological oddity. As if a day being longer than a year wasn't strange enough, Venus also spins backward. Nearly every planet in our solar system, including Earth, rotates in a counterclockwise direction when viewed from above the North Pole, but not Venus. Venus spins clockwise. This phenomenon is known as retrograde rotation. So, if you could somehow stand on the surface of Venus and survive, you would witness the sun rising in the west and setting in the east. Everything about its daily motion is the complete opposite of what we experience here. This backward, incredibly slow spin is one of the greatest mysteries of our solar system. So, why does Venus spin so slowly and backward? Scientists don't have a single definitive answer, but they have some compelling theories. One leading idea is that early in its history, billions of years ago, Venus was struck by a massive object, perhaps a protoplanet or an asteroid. Such a cataclysmic collision could have been powerful enough to not only slow its original rotation, but actually reverse it entirely. Another major factor is the Sun's immense gravity. Over eons, the powerful gravitational pull of the Sun on Venus's incredibly thick atmosphere could have created a strong tidal effect, acting like a brake and slowing the planet's rotation to the crawl we see today. This dense atmosphere itself also creates a kind of planetary drag, further contributing to its lazy spin. So what would a day actually feel like on Venus? In a word, terrifying. A Venusian day is an experience of pure, unrelenting hell. The surface temperature hovers around 900 degrees Fahrenheit, or 475 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. You'd be blanketed by thick, toxic clouds of sulfuric acid that perpetually block out a clear view of the stars. The air pressure is over 90 times that of Earth's at sea level, equivalent to being nearly a kilometer deep in our ocean. It would crush a submarine. There are no oceans, no water, no rain, and absolutely no relief from the heat. And all this time, the sun would barely seem to move in the sky. You would roast under its gaze for months on end before night ever arrived. Because of these harsh conditions, Venus is often called Earth's evil twin. At first glance, the two planets seem remarkably similar. Venus is nearly the same size as Earth, has a similar mass, and is made of similar rock and metal. They are cosmic siblings, yet their paths diverge dramatically. Venus became a runaway greenhouse nightmare, while Earth blossomed with life. Studying Venus is therefore crucial for understanding our own planet. It provides a natural laboratory for climate change, showing us what can happen when a greenhouse effect spirals out of control. It helps us understand atmospheric physics and planetary evolution. In a way, Venus isn't just a neighbor, it's a warning, a cautionary tale written in clouds of acid. This is why NASA and other space agencies around the world are planning a return to Venus. After decades of focusing on Mars and the outer planets, our attention is shifting back to our mysterious twin. New missions like NASA's Veritas and Da Vinci Plus are being designed to peel back the layers of this hostile world. These probes will study its atmosphere in detail, map its surface with advanced radar, and try to understand the geologic forces that shape its violent, volcanic landscape. They aim to answer the big questions. Is Venus still geologically active? Why did its climate diverge so drastically from Earth's? And what other secrets does it hold that could reshape our understanding of how planets are born and evolve? On Venus, a year ends before a day begins, the sun rises backward, and our very concept of time feels broken. This bizarre world reminds us of something profound. The universe doesn't have to follow our rules or our expectations. The laws of physics allow for possibilities far stranger than we can often imagine. And sometimes, the most alien, most mind-bending worlds aren't light years away in a distant galaxy. They're right here, in our own cosmic backyard, waiting for us to uncover their secrets. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey to our strange neighbor as fascinating as I did, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more explorations into the cosmos.